Okay, this is Kathy Crow here at the Crow Cottage round 2, and that is so much better. My face was like radiated, super radiated. At one point, I touched the screen just before coming on, and I obviously did something weird. Okay, this is much better. Now you can actually see what I'm using. This is Quiet Meadow. This is a set that is not in, I don't think we get it as a bundle, in a bundle price anymore. I didn't buy it early enough to get the bundle price. And I'm sorry I didn't, because this is one I wanted, but I guess I just wanted so many things I couldn't have this right away. So this one, although it is not new in my collection, it is new to me finally getting to it. And the dies, I had the dies all in the package, you know, in the stamp case. Then this week, as I've been working with them, I realized I want you guys available all the time, not just when I'm using those stamps, because these are really nice dies. I think you're gonna like them. There is celebration going on right now. We have one more month. Can you believe it? Like 3 weeks. And maybe a couple of days more than 3 weeks, but you definitely want to get what you want to get. Oh, come on. Why are you... I'm trying to get here so that I can see my comments, your comments, and yeah, anyway, maybe I'll get it eventually. So I'm going to just keep going on here while this is all going on, and then hopefully, but as I'm looking down, that's exactly what I'm doing, is I'm just messing around here, trying to see comments as they come in. And I can't think and talk at the same time. I think I got it. We'll see. Okay, so celebration for every $50 of product that you buy, whether it's stamps, ribbons, dies, you know, whatever, for every $50 you get a whole bunch of free things. And I thought I'd done our adorable owls and other things that were free, and I haven't. I'm still going to have to get those out and show. And maybe today I'll have time. I don't know. We'll see. But, there are just so many things to show you. I don't have enough time to do it. If I had enough time to do another video in the week, I actually would definitely do it, because there's enough things. I could easily do 2 videos a week if I had the time to do it. Now, Jeff is home today. He's not substitute teaching. That's my husband. He's down there in his den, the dark dungeon den. It's actually not dark. It's a walkout basement, so it's really nice. He's got a whole basement to himself. Anyway, so he is down there today, but he will not bother us. For every $80 worth of stuff you buy, this code will be up above my workstation or as we're going, and you will be able to use that code to purchase whatever you want to purchase. But if it's $80 or more, I'll be sending you some free opal rounds. And I actually am using these today. These are some of my favorite ones. They have the colors that I use a lot. And so you would enjoy those. But and again, for every $50, so if you spend $150, that not only do you get the option of buying the host set, which the host set is not available unless you buy $150 or more, or if you join our team. You can join our team and you can buy this host set anytime you want to. Of course, you still have to, you know, if you buy it early, you get it for the cost of the set. If you buy it later as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, hobby demonstrator, or regular demonstrator, you do still have to spend your $150 to get that host set. But the host set this month is really worth it. I don't have it here, but it's in the country, I think. I love it. Or maybe it's Scenic Garden. I think that one's host set. If you know, you can comment and tell me what it is, because yeah, I definitely would like to be able to say that that's available for your regular, but you have to pre-order. But to be able to pre-order, you have to join our team. And why would you not want to do it? Right now, for $99, you get $175 worth of stuff. So, I mean, how wonderful is that? You cannot do better than that. And then you get a 20, or depending, if you're like us, my team, we are a hobby demonstrator. So we don't do all the sales stuff. You won't be pressured to do that. You get to just have fun with us. And you get a 25, we all get a $25 or 25% or more discount on all of our stuff. You are going to love this project. I got the card design off of a post that was a Pinterest post, and it was from wildwestpaperarts.com. If you do my Pinterest page, my Pinterest card, that's this one, you will see what you will see that. So you can, I don't have a link to her site, but you can always just type it in and find it. But isn't this cute? I'm not going to take the whole ribbon out because I don't want to it's hard to put it back in there. But I've used some DSP that I sponged to get this pale papaya coloring on both here and here. It was petal pink, and I sponged it to make it pale papaya. And I just love the way this flaps down. You've got a nice little sentiment here, and it covers up some of the flowers. I can put more flowers on here this way. This is why I like it, because I like a lot of flowers. And you can get a really nice little sentiment on the top, and you can put a little ribbon on the flowers. And this is just a really cute design. I don't know how she came up with this all on her own, but I'm sure she did, because I haven't ever seen this one particularly before. There's lots of room to write on the inside, so you don't really even have to use the back. Today's card is not going to be this pale papaya version. I am going to do today's design with Pacific Point. Now, I think Pacific Point is a color where we still have in our collection. I guess I can look it up and make sure. Sometimes I don't get rid of colors, and then when I don't get rid of colors, then I don't realize that no, we don't really even carry that color anymore. I'm sorry, I'm messing around here. I'm trying to get my host code up here. Let's just do it like this. Maybe that'll be better. So you can see my host code. Hopefully you can read it, and you can click on that and buy stuff. I also would really appreciate it if you're not in the buying mood, if you would subscribe to my YouTube videos. I'm really trying to get those going. And there's enough on there now to actually probably subscribe to. All right, so what you are going to do, first of all, I've got everything cut out, but what you will need is, you will definitely need the dies. I don't know that you will need the stamps. I'm going to be using all of these. Now, I've got 2 projects I'm going to do today. I'm also going to get to this one where I've stamped a couple of those flower images and colored those in. Today's card, I'm going to color just 2 of them, and this is hopefully what they're going to end up looking like. They are so pretty. All I'm going to do is just cut those out of white cardstock. So let's just get that going pretty quick here. First of all, though, I want to show you all the other ones that I'm not going to get to. I cut all of these out of white cardstock, and then I took our blending pens and just colored these in. And I didn't use a whole lot of blending pens. I did these really simply. This is a label that comes with this set. It's a really cute label. It also comes with these adorable little tag dies. Oh, you are so cute. I'm not sure what I'm going to get on that today, but we will see, as I want to put that one on there. I didn't get that on my first card. It has these little butterflies, and there's 2 different ones, and they're very simple. They're just cutouts. They don't have any stamp to them, so they'd be really easy for anyone to do at any time. This is a pink one that I did, and I do really like this pink one. It's cute. These I am going to show you how I did the extra colors on them, because it is white. This is how this comes, this little tag, how it comes when you cut it out. Isn't that cute? All right, so I think these are actually anemones. I looked them up. These are anemones, little wind flowers, I think. Anemones, they come in a lot of different things. Now, these are flax. And flax generally, I think, is pink and blue white, purple. Now I did take my scissors and I fussy cut all around these because they needed it. That is one thing that the die does not cut that out the way I've got it cut out. So don't be disappointed and distressed that mine are different. I think I'm gonna color these. I'm gonna save that one for another go. So I've got these all saved for another card, for other cards later. But we're gonna make 2 more, let's see, 2 or maybe 3, but I'll cut 3 just to be sure. I think I only need 2 more of those. And we will go. Okay, so all I need is our cutting machine. Now remember right now, if you want to get the mini cutting machine and you aren't a demonstrator, this is a great time to join, because when you join Stampin' Up! And get the starter kit, you're not promising that you're going to do anything with it. Again, on our team, we are all hobby demonstrators. We don't pressure each other to sell at all. Nobody does. I do, as much as I am able to, but I don't work really all that hard at it. It's not something that I really need to make money from. I really want to do this as fun and as a way to help people get encouraged to make beautiful things for their friends, their family. You know, the cards that we get in the mail are, I'm going to make a bunch more of these as I'm cutting things out anyway. I'm just going to stick. There's also this little cute label. Now, I think I need this to be a color, though, rather than white. But I'm going to cut out a few of them. You get 3 of them. They're pretty cool. I don't think I've punched any of these out. Try to get my magnet to not act too weird on this. You can see the way a magnet drags the other things over. So you just play with it until it's going where you want it to. You really don't want extra stuff on here when you're cutting things out, because it'll smash it right into your paper and mess your paper up. And you can see my plate's pretty dirty. I actually need to get in there and clean it, because if you don't keep your plates clean, they also will dirty up your cardstock. So you definitely want to take care of those things. You can see I speak a lot about things that I don't actually do. I should be doing them and I'm not. But let's look at this. Oh, how cute. That is so tiny. So I think I'm going to stick that. Those are so tiny. I don't know that that's going to be tough to use. I'm not sure how I'll use them. Those I think should be done in a colored cardstock, a coordinating colored cardstock. And we're going to pull this one out. I'm going to do 2 more of those. And then we'll color those. And my card, I have everything assembled, so it's not going to take terribly long to do the actual card. But I do want you to see how to do it, because it's a little, it was a trickier fold than I expected. It looks super simple. And then when I was getting it going, it's not hard, but I did have to tweak it a little bit, because she didn't put any instructions to it on her blog, so I just was on my own on it. Okay, there's another one, and now we'll do one more. This is a little bachelor's button or cornflower. We had these growing wild where I grew up in Spokane, Washington, and I loved them. They were always blue, I think. Once in a great while, there might be a purple one or a pink one in the backyard in one of the houses that we lived in, where they just grew. They were wild weeds. I'm sure somebody scattered seed at some time, and that's how they got going, because they're really not. I don't think they're really a weed. But we sure had them growing like weeds. And I do see them in other parts. Here we have them growing like weeds. But then here, and I live in Springfield, Missouri, and here we have lots of wild flowers that just grow wild. They're weeds, but they're beautiful weeds. So that was a really fun thing to discover here that we still have. I have my wonderful, wonderful little cone flowers. Or not cone flowers, corn flowers. But I like the name Bachelor's Buttons. And then when I was growing seeds quite a lot, I discovered you can buy, if you want to spend $1 more, a seed packet. It's not like you're spending a lot. If you go to our local, pretty close to us, this is in Mansfield, Missouri, Baker's Creek Heirloom Seed Company. Oh, really, really good deals on seeds there. They have a very good price, and they are good seeds. You're not going to get, so I have ordered seeds before from companies where really only from one. I think one company that I never will order seeds from before, or again, because I got a different variety than I actually ordered. It was a black-eyed Susan vine, and it was supposed to be blushing Susie. And she ended up being a yellow one that I really didn't like at all. But by the time she was flowering, I spent a lot of time and energy, and I just left her on the trellis very disgusted every time I saw those yellow flowers. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is take some of our Tahitian Tide. Okay, I'm going to take the dark blue Tahitian Tide. Now, and let's put this camera down pretty low. Let me put more light on it. If I can get more light going here. Try another one so that we've got plenty of light. Hopefully you can see everything really well here. I feel like I need a better background under here. Let's see what I've got. Let me grab a random piece of cardstock that's going to give us a better picture of what's happening here. Okay, now hopefully you can see this really well. I'm going to just you can kind of see how these are like petals sticking up. So we're just going to put in some dark coloring here just to get it nice and dark, just a little bit. Let's do all of these. Now they're all facing this way. If I want one to face the other way, I can do it. It's gonna look a little funky because the die edge bevels, and when I turn it over like this, my bevel's coming up instead of down. Not really going the right way, but I'm going to make this one be kind of halfway hidden to just hide that a little bit. Anyway, yeah, hidden and hide. Boy, my language skills are lacking. I think as you get older, is it only me, the only one that's not speaking very well as I age? I don't know. Okay, how about, I want to stick with definite blue. I don't want any purple in this. This one's blue, what do they call it? There's a blue, oh man, there's a name for the really, really dark. That's too dark. That's Night of Navy, isn't it? Yes, it is. We don't want that. That's too dark. We do have, I think this one is a retired one, but we do have a very dark blue called Misty Moonlight. And that one's dark as well, but on here it's looking the same. Let's do the light version of Misty Blue. You're pretty dark still too. I don't really want a whole lot of you. Now when I color over, this is called underpainting, but I'm not really underpainting, as you can see, because I'm just highlighting. I'm not really underpainting anything. I'm just putting in some dark blue that I'm going to drag around. Let's look at the light, Miss Dark Sunlight, or dark, no, light, Night of Navy. Good grief, Catherine. All right, I can speak. Not well, but I can. you can take your lighter color and just go right over what you've just done, and it will lighten it up, but it's going to spread it around too. So, I mean, just for you to know, if you've got something that's a little dark happening there and you're not happy about it, you can use lighter pens to wash it out a bit because these are alcohol blending pens. The alcohol blending pens are really forgiving. If you like to color, you want as many of these as you can possibly afford. And I can tell you, you can buy them cheap elsewhere, but they are not good ones. To buy good ones elsewhere, you're going to spend more money than you will with Stampin' Up. Stampin' Up's alcohol blending pens are the best, cheapest ones that I know. I can get cheaper ones at discount places at times, but they're never very good. They're either dried out, or they're not very strong colors, or they're not the right colors, and they won't be numbered like these and like our Copic pens. Stampin' Up doesn't sell Copic pens, but I do indulge in those. Okay, so here's some Balmy Blue. Let's see what light Balmy Blue will do. It should spread it out. I'm not going to go all the way to the tips. I'm trying to just spread my color out a little bit here and not dilute it. I want that bright Tahitian color still. I don't really want that gone. But I do need to just kind of spread the color out. The green stem's going to be super simple. This is the only part I'm just taking a little time with just to show you how I did these flowers. And it's the same principle no matter what you're coloring. Wherever you've got shadow and shade or darker color, just do a darker color. Practice, practice, practice. You'll get better. Okay, that's great, but Balmy Blue, you were just a little bit on the gray spectrum for me. And for this one, I want it to be a real blue, bright, and a real blue. So I am going to get 2 Copic pens out. This one is a B2, B02. Let's try you. That is almost exactly like our Tahitian Tide, so I don't need that one. I need something a little lighter, but definitely blue. This one's B04, and that one's even darker, so I don't want that one. Let's look here. B01. And B00. Now for Copic pens, if you are going to add, I don't color with Copic pens. I color with my Stampin' Up blends. But when I need a lighter color than Stampin' Up has got, I do use Copic pens. But I pretty much stick with these, the zeros. They are the ones that are going to give you the same colors that your. That's what I want. So that was B01. See how much lighter in color that is than that B02. And then you're gonna, if you stick with the zeros, they will complement your Stampin' Up colors really well. Because you don't want to, if you color with darker colors than your Stampin' Up colors, you're going to just change the color. And you don't want to do that. You want to keep all of your colors in the same family. But to get a lighter color, I'm having to go to this. Now, if Stampin' Up decided to bring in their white, that is a colorless blending pen that's you can use to remove ink, it does not work the same. It works, but not the same. You actually need a lighter color. Now, if you want to add anything to this at all, you could take a tiny, tiny bit of yellow and you could add in just little highlights there. But I wouldn't because cornflowers don't come like that. All right, now let's try our soft succulent. It's pretty dark, so let's do the light one. And I'm using the bullet tip. And we're going to just, that's not dark enough. We need a really dark one. So we're going to go with, let's see. I hate to go with anything too much darker. Let's try Just Jade in the dark one. Yes, Just Jade. I just need a little bit there and there, and that's about it. I think where our leaves come in, we'll give a little bit there and there, where the leaf comes in and comes into the stem. Okay, and you can do it here. If you want to shadow anything, you can, but it's pretty skinny, so I really wouldn't worry about it. We're just getting a little bit of shadowing right here and here, just to distinguish where my stem's coming in. Oh boy, I did not get out my jokes, but I do have some on the ready, so I'll have to get those out. I do enjoy doing my little jokes during the week. Oh man, some of the things we've been listening to on the news have been pretty joke-worthy all on their own. Oh my goodness. And there is bad news, of course, today. That awful earthquake. Oh man, these are the things that happen that make you so glad you don't live anywhere else. Okay, so this is the light soft succulent. I'm not really happy with how dark that is because it's fine for finishing, but I need something lighter for now. So let's get our light mint macaron to do the all over color of it. That's going to be super light. Man, my wind's blowing. That's way too light. Let's do dark. I don't know if my pen's running out of ink or what. Because that's way too light. I need it to be dark. Oh, look at that. You're so much darker on that side. So it's my pen. My pen is running out. So I'll get my light out again on the bullet tip. And then that should color it in pretty well. It is. So just to be aware of, sometimes one end is a little bit more than another. You can buy, I don't have any on my desk here, but you can buy some alcohol solution. And you can extend, you won't extend it by much, but you can extend the life of your pen just a little bit with the alcohol solution. Now this is going to color it mostly the color I want. And then if I need to, I think I'm going to just stick with my mint macaron here because this was pretty dark. And if I wanted to, I could add just a little bit more, color to the sides of my leaf that might have some shading. Or if you want it to be darker, you can color in that whole thing. And then that can kind of add some definition to your little stem. You don't need to add a lot. This is really a pretty dye. It's nice all on its own. You don't really need to do as much as I'm doing with it, right? Let's look here. What do you think? I do like to be able to see my leaf kind of sticking out there. If I wanted to, though, when you look at it, just think about where would shadow be? Well, if the leaf is bent, then it would be there, wouldn't it? That would be your shadow. And then you just color. The alcohol blending pens take off that hard edge. And there you go. So let's do that. Let's add in where that bend is. I kind of like this mint macaron. This is kind of nice. I hear Jeff's music down there. He puts on Maggie May, Rod Stewart's Maggie May, all the time. I do. He's never going to hear this video. I get tired of Maggie May's sung by Rod Stewart. I used to like that song. Have you ever been to a church that does one hymn like all the time? Like it's their favorite hymn. It's the one they always do. And I do have to admit, there have been times where I had used to like a hymn and didn't after a while, just because of the frequency of the playtime. It's like, oh my goodness, not again. Here's something you can do. If that ever happens to you, and hopefully I am the only one that's evil enough to have such thoughts, but if that ever happens to you, my suggestions, this has actually worked for me, is look all around at the people that you love nearest you and see their faces as they enjoy singing their favorite hymn over and over again. It really helps a lot. And even if you can't enjoy it at the same level, at least you can enjoy them enjoying it. That does help. Some of us are more musically distracted than others, I think. Some people can distract themselves with the lyrics and other things, but for me, it's like, oh my goodness, I do not like that song, or I do really like that song, but we just never sing it often enough. The church we go to now, I really like. The songs that they sing generally, although they aren't my favorites, are ones I really, really like, just because they're so talented. They do them so well, and with such enthusiasm. They really sing, even when they're not singing well, which is rare, they really like it, and they're good. They have a great Christian spirit that just flows out, so it's nice. I'm kind of running out of my ink here, and I think I have some more mint macaron, and I'm glad. I generally, for these light-colored pens that I use a bunch of, I keep an extra always on the ready, so that when one dies, I've got it ready to go again. Now you can see on this one, I do have slightly darker blue, and I have to admit that I used another Copic pen that I'm not exactly sure which one I did use, but I used another one to get that color. Let's get our dark Tahitian Tide and see if that color is close, because it looks like it is. And then we can make it close to that anyway. Get that in there. That dark Tahitian Tide is really pretty. Now the colors I'm using today though are not Tahitian Tide. The cardstock's just a bit on the bright side as far as turquoisey. And I didn't really want this little folder to be too turquoisey. So I'm using Pacific Point instead. If you get a coneflower and study it, or cornflower, not coneflower. Coneflower is not going to help you. Cornflower, and study it, you're going to see more how to color these things. And that's my suggestion too. If you really like coloring, you want to get better at it, get out there, get in there on Pinterest. If you can't go out in nature, you can find it in nature, then great, because that's even going to be better. But if you can't, you can find it on Pinterest, and then just click on a whole bunch of those pictures and take a look at them close up. You can magnify them so you can see them close up. Okay, I think, let me make sure I've got everything in the frame here pretty well. I think, oh, I pushed everything up off my desk. Okay, I just want to make sure I can see everything. All right, so we're going to put these aside. Let's assemble. I don't need this. Let's assemble the card. Now, your card base, you're going to cut 2 of these. Let me get little cheat sheet here. Okay, so you're gonna cut 2 of these, and I'm gonna put 1 aside for now. We're cutting, this is 4 3/4 by 6 inches. Now I am gonna put all of this on my website, these dimensions, if you just hold your horses. It'll take me a minute after I'm done with this video. It'll take me all afternoon possibly, but I will eventually, by tomorrow, they'll be on there. So you don't even have to worry about it too much. Just check it out later. But anyway, 4 3/4 by 6 inches. And then what we're going to do is put this vellum on it. Oh boy, you're going to love this vellum. This vellum has this really gorgeous little leaf design. Can you see it? Let me see if I've got it on the right side. There we go. It's so pretty. It softens this dark blue to just the shade I want. It did that with my pale papaya too. If I had, you know, really wanted it to be brighter, I could have used even an orange under there so you could see the leaves better. But one thing about this is I think our tape might show. I'm gonna do, boy, do I have a spare here somewhere? I think I do. Let me look here. I want to see if my tape will show. So let me grab this. This is Vellum Basics. And I do have a scrap. Very good. I want to see if this tape, this is our Stampin' Seal. And let me make sure I'm putting it on the right side. Okay. Now, see, the trouble is that you can really see that. And if you covered every single bit of your vellum, it wouldn't be a big deal. But because there's never just some of it, that doesn't work. So I'm going to stick you back on there because I don't want a sticky bit. And I'm going to put my little scrap of vellum back in there. You can see I'm keeping all of it. I really like this vellum. These are the leaves. There's also in this set little polka dots. I don't know if you can see the polka dots. Oh no, I'm not sure if you can really tell that those are polka dots, but anyway, those are the polka dots. There's also a diagonal stripe, which is nice, but I'm not as fond of the diagonal stripe. I really like the polka dots are nice, but the leaves, oh man, the leaves are really nice. Now, one thing you can make when you're trying to copy things like this, because you know Stampin' Up! Is only going to keep this vellum paper around for 1 year. I think this is in the main catalog, and then it'll be gone. And they don't always have vellum available. You can kind of make a similar product with your Versamark and white. But for vellum adhesion, let me find the package we're going to be using. Where are you? Oh boy, did I lose you? I thought I put you all back right in. There you are, okay. So you can go on Amazon and type this in. This is Vellum Instant Adhesion. It's a Glue Arts thing. It comes in these little packages or little sheets. Okay, I'm going to use probably one whole one. I try not to use too much of it. Because it doesn't show, you don't have to. Now make sure you're using the right side. One side is a little bit rougher than the other, so we'll put the side, I want the side that's going to show my leaf more. I think this is the bottom. It's hard to tell. It's actually really hard to tell. I'll leave it like this so you can see what's happening here. All right, so you can see I can use one whole sheet on this one. It's pretty, I don't really need that much adhesion because when you're using this, it's not going to show. So you don't have to like super cover the whole thing So I'm actually going to just cut strips of this. There's an edge to it. You want to keep that edge on every piece because otherwise this is really difficult to apply. So what you do is you peel this off. This is trash now. The adhesion is here. Okay, so we're going to just lay this down here like this. Okay, and we're going to do another one. Oops, I peeled off some of my adhesion actually went with that sheet. Hold on. It actually stuck to the plastic. It's not supposed to do that. There we go. I'm going to put this down a little bit so you can see this better. Okay, I'm going to rub this on. I want to make sure it stays on this plastic film. I don't want it sticking to that. I want it to stay on this plastic film. Okay, that one and one more. I'm going to have to get out another sheet, obviously. I don't even remember how much this stuff is because I don't use it all that often, but it's definitely worth having when you want it. Okay, now get your bone folder and make sure that's down really well, because when you go to peel off the back, if you don't have this down really well, it'll just peel up and it won't really work. See, you can see it staying down nicely. Now, do you see how this is peeling up? You don't want it to do that. So just force it on there. And then once it's down, it'll stay down pretty good. Oh, come on. There we go. Do not let the little plastic tab come off. See, if you do press-on nails like I do, you kind of are used to working with this stuff. It's sort of the same thing as far as the top part. It's that little bit of plastic that's just keeping it from drying out. Okay, now we're going to put this right in the middle. You only get one shot, but this you kind of can move it around. If you don't push it down, you can see I'm kind of moving it a little bit. You can, until you start pushing down, you can move it around. Once it's on there where you want it, then you can put it on. And now if I hadn't done that with the bowl folder, it would have grabbed it and you wouldn't have really seen it at all. Okay, you can kind of peel it off a little, then just lightly push it down. It's staying, it's on there good, but you cannot, see, it's on there really good, but you cannot see it. This is really good stuff. I love this stuff. Now we're going to do that with, so we've got two of these pieces. We're going to put vellum on that one. And we have two flaps. Okay, the bigger flap is 8.5 inches by 4 3/4 of an inch. And I scored it at 3 3/4 of an inch. And then this is going to be a flap coming, this part's going to get glued on the back, and this part's going to be on the front. No, this is going to be on the card back, like this. Okay, we're going to glue that like this. And then this one, the little flap, is 6 inches across and 3 3/4 of an inch. And I scored it at right here at 3 7/8 of an inch. And then this one's going to fit on like this. Okay, now I actually think I might want to make this tiny bit smaller because I want to, I don't know, I guess that's the same size. We're going to put some of that same vellum on here. So this vellum, let's see what I did my vellum at. So the large flap is 3.5 inches across and 4.5 inches long. So we're going to put that on that. This we're going to use some different DSP for. Okay, so let's just do this one first. This little flap. Make sure I'm getting my adhesive on the right spot. Oh, good. I do have plenty to use. Excellent. I thought I might have to get another sheet out, but I think we're good. Make sure that's on there. Good. Oh, it's a little long. Here, let's clip you. Put you in the middle there. I'll put that all the way up at the top this time, so it doesn't go down too long. And then I don't need a whole lot. Let's just put this away. I don't think I'm using any more vellum, and you want to keep all your little extra scraps. So, well, now I've lost my packaging. I'll just set it on this side and hopefully figure that out later. Okay, take this like that. Get a little bit here. I'm going to put my little piece of plastic here because I'm afraid I'm going to have a hard time lifting that up otherwise. Okay. All right, now I'm going to use my bone folder to get those all on there really good. Before I get too carried away here, I'm going to use my bone folder to burnish my folds. And then I'm pushing you away so I don't use you anymore. I don't want to use it after I put on that adhesive. This vellum adhesive only looks good if you don't. Now I'm going to go like this. I think that is the part I lacked before. Let's peel that off. And that off. Try to get that tape on there, but the plastic off. Let's see. Sometimes that adhesive wants to come too. It's kind of like our Stamp and Seal tape that way, because our Stamp and Seal tape does that same thing, where you have a hard time getting it to come off the roll. Okay, there we go. Now we're all ready to stick it down. On my little flap. Okay, there we go. That is that. Okay, so we have this piece and this piece and this flap. Now we're going to do, I've got some old DSP. One of these is a current DSP, and one of them is an old one. Now I've got another piece of vellum, which I forgot. I did have another. So let me grab that strip back out again. This one we're going to put on the inside of the flap. So on the outside is going to be the DSP, and then on the inside of the flap is going to be some more of this vellum. So let's do this vellum first. I think I'm going to do this. Let's put it on my cardstock. No, I better not, because the vellum will be smaller. And rather than, I don't want it hanging out. Like that. There. I do want to use this whole piece, though. I don't really want a tiny bit left over laying around. So we'll stick it in here. I don't want it overlapping. It can, but it's just kind of hard to manage if you do that. Come on. There we go. There's one more piece here. This one. No, there's two more. There's this one. And this one. There we go. Okay, so we're putting this one on the inside, where the little flap's going to be. And then this one, we're going to put this DSP. So these are, this is from our In Color DSP when we had Pacific Point available. And I don't know, I'm going to look really quick to see if Pacific Point is even a color we still have. I think it is. But like I said, I forgot. So let me get my catalog and get to colors. And let's see if, yes, Pacific Point is in the Brights collection. So if you ordered designer series paper and you get the Brights collection, you'll get, if not this one, something similar. Oh, I kind of like the dots. Those are cute. But we're going to use the plaid. Okay. Okay, there's that flap. And then for this flap, we're going to do, this is old Pacific Point DSP from a few years ago. And this is going to be on the inside here. So you get a whole cup, by doing this, you've decorated a whole lot of the interior of your card, and you're just using designer series paper, so you're not, spending a whole lot of time stamping. All right, that is that. So now we're going to assemble. You are going to want to put, I do need to, no, I can assemble it and then work it. Okay, let me go like this. We're going to go this first here, and then this is going to be on top like this. You want to make sure you can see your DSP at the top and the bottom. So I think I'll move that down just a little bit. There we go. That way, you want it to overlap like this. You can see your DSP at the top and the bottom. This one is on top. So I'm going to put that off for a moment, and I'm going to just glue this guy. Right on the back there. Okay, and then we're going to position this one the same way. Position it on there, flip it over. Now I could have put this underneath here. I might want to. Just because it'll make the, it'll make my backing lay down this card. This is going to go on top here when I'm done. I'm not to that point yet. We're going to just leave it like this for now. Okay, there you go. Now, That is so cute. Now you get to see how all the flowers fit on. We want to take one flower, and it's your best one. You're going to want to keep that one here. And I think actually we might want a light one so that I can see it against this color really well. We're going to put a nice white label on here like this. This is a stitched oval. I think I might want to position this flower so that I can really see it. So I have my sentiment different on my other card, but I might position it this way so that I can really see my flower and put my sentiment there. Okay, I'm going to think about that. That's this flap. For this flap, we're just going to put the flowers right on here and make them short enough. Trim the bottoms if necessary. But they can kind of come up too, you know. They don't have to. Yeah, I kind of want them like this. Put you like this. So once you get them assembled the way you want them to look on this flap, because they're going to take this whole flap, we're going to tie them with a little bit of gold tie. Now this is gold thread, which we don't have gold thread. We've got elegant something thread. But we don't have gold thread. I do really like this gold thread. It's pretty. It's a little bit easier to really work with. The thread that they've got is stiffer and does not, it's hard to tie a really good bow with it. This stuff's soft and easy. So if you still have any, I don't have a lot left. I bought a bunch when we had it, and I've been using it. I use it a lot at Christmas time every year, of course. And so this Christmas I used a bunch. But I still have some, and I want to use my little tag right here. Isn't that cute? We're going to just assemble all of this, but I need to find out what I am going to put on this little tag. I think I've got one little word, love, that will fit. Let's see. Let's see if it's too big. Oh, it'll fit. Excellent. I'm sure it's what was meant to go with this little tag. So let's stamp that. With Pacific Point. Oh, I haven't opened you in a long time, Pacific Point. Let's see what you look like in here. I've been inking up some pads. I might need to ink this up. It looks pretty strong. Let's do a test. Oh, looks good. All right. Oops, not that way. Let's do it this way. Cute. So now we get this little tag on here, and we're going to assemble this. I want to make sure I'm going to be just gluing on the flowers, I think. So let's just go ahead and do that. Grab them up and hold them down a little bit. Try not to get too much glue where I don't want it. Wherever they land, it's kind of where they're going. So I don't really want to mess with it too terribly much. There we go. They're just kind of looking careless there. We're going to have to clip off a little bit here. Let's see how to do it best. That. And now this one, I can just adhere with dimensional if I I don't want it to flop around. I kind of want it to flop around a bit. So I think I'm going to just tie it on. We'll see what happens here. Let's pull you up and put you back down again. And then we will tie this right here. Oops. This thread does unravel. Can you see that? How much it's unraveling? But that's what makes it so pretty. So when your hands are all sticky with glue, it doesn't really work all that well, but okay. You see how hard it is to tie a knot? Well, if you think this is difficult looking, you should see that other stuff we got. Oh my goodness, it's really challenging. That's why I'm using this instead. Okay, ooh, my vellum is not staying down, so let's stick you down just a bit. If yours curls at all, you can do a little glue dot, but I'm just telling you, your glue dot is gonna show. So you do not wanna do this unless you absolutely have to. Mine is peeling up. I should have put some more of that adhesive there, and I didn't, so I'm gonna just go ahead and use some of my Stampin' Up! Stamp and Seal, just a little bit, and it is gonna show a tiny bit, but better to have that than to have all this peeling happening. I really don't like that. I don't really like stuff showing, but I don't like peeling happening. Normally that doesn't happen, so I'm not really sure what I've done, but anyhow. Okay, there we go. That's that. And now we're going to do this top part. I think I want a little sentiment here. We're going to do just a little circle, and we'll tuck it under the leaves right there. Okay. Now I really like to do this one with a birthday card. This is a really nice birthday card, but it wouldn't be bad for all the other things that are here too. There's a bunch of these sentiments. I pulled out my Delicate Petals. This is a photopolymer stamp set, and this is the one that I wanted to put on the cover. Sometimes something so wonderful happens to someone who absolutely deserves every good thing. I really like that for a birthday one. Wishing a lovely birthday to you. I really like this one. This has not been available for who knows how long, but I really like it. Okay. This one will be perfect on the inside of this card for all that. Oh, hey, Andy, you are here. Thank you for sharing and sticking around with me. I did not see that anybody was on with me. I appreciate your being here. I hope you guys having a nice day. It's warm and beautiful here. It is so beautiful. It was just balmy outside when I left our little exercise place. It was really nice. So hopefully your day is going really well too. There's a heart sparkle. Well, not a heart sparkle, but a sparkle on this set. That's really cute. So I'm going to put that on here too. Put my little love in there. It kind of got stuck off. We're going to do a stamped off version of it with this. Okay, like right there. And like right there. Thank you. I'm glad you like this cute little bouquet. It is a cute little bouquet. Do you remember we talked before about the love languages of flowers? I wonder what the love language of cone. I keep saying cone, but it's cornflowers. I wonder what the cornflower. The Victorians sent little messages to their favorite people with a little flower bouquet. And everybody knew what the love languages were for flowers. Every flower had its own little, you know, kind of sentiment sort of thing. Now we're going to put a band here. It's going to kind of conceal some of this. I actually wanted most of that flower tucked in under this flap, and I didn't really realize it was sticking out, but we're going to have to live with it because the same is said of this. When I did this, I made sure that my label was tucked under, and you can see some of the flower, which is okay, but the label, didn't really want it hanging out here. But I do have a band that's going to kind of come over this somewhat. So let me show you the band. You're going to want to cut this band out next. This band is, let's look at my cheat sheet. It is 1.5 inches wide. It doesn't really matter how long because I actually was only going to use about this much of it and then fold it under. But now that I'm looking at it, I might end up having to use more of it. Not really wanting to. I don't really want the band to go all the way around. I didn't really want my tag here, but I don't think I can move it now. Let's look. I think it's down too good. I cannot move it. Originally, I just wanted this little teeny tiny bit of the band, and then you're going to glue it between your layers behind. I didn't really want the whole band all the way around, but I might have to do it this way because I don't really want that hanging out. Any suggestions? This would go like this, and then I could cut this off and use part of it over here. And then my fastener will be here, but that's also more to I really want my bow and my fastener here. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my sentiment like this, and I'm gonna put my flower here, and then maybe it won't be so obvious that I've got some weirdness going here. I'm going to trim my little flower there, like that. And let's see, I wanted a birthday sentiment. What do we got here? Not there. And, oh, I did the wishing you a lovely birthday on the inside. I also got out my Queen Anne's lace. This is another one that fits really well with these little dainty flowers, meadow dies. And this one has a celebrating all the wonderful things about you. That was when I thought I was going this direction. Now I need one that's going horizontal. So let me check out my other sentiment sayings here. Let's see what we've got. Normally I would have a whole bunch of things handy here, but I'm not seeing anything right off the top of my list that's going more of a horizontal nature. Sorry about this. I should have put some more things by my desk that would work for sentiments, but I just didn't think I was going to go the other direction with it. Here we go. All right, so we did a birthday. So I can do, this is our from framed occasions. This set goes with our, the colors, Andy, on the original card. This color, this is pale papaya and soft succulent. Isn't that pretty? If you go on Pinterest right now, I've already posted this, and I did that because I actually had time to get some things typed up, and on my website page, I'm gonna put the dimensions for this card by tomorrow. So if you missed all that, you can just wait for that. All right, there's this Thankful We Are Friends. This set goes with the beautiful, or there's, what is it? It's brush shape, beautiful shapes. Does it go with beautiful shapes? Yeah, there's this hexagon. That's not really a hexagon, but whatever that shape is, that die. That's the Beautiful Shapes dies. I think that's going to fit in my stitched oval. Now, stitched ovals are not available anymore, sadly. Oh, I separated all the words. Oh, my goodness. Why did I do that? There must have been a reason. I must have had a reason for doing that. Wishing you the best day ever, so that I could wish people other things is why I did that. But that is interesting that I did that. I don't want to use that. I need something that's going to be all together. Oh boy, I'm going to have to do some more hunting here. I'm just not seeing what I want. I have got so many that's part of the problem. I did just recently move a whole bunch of my birthday things. Aha, what is this? Here's a No One Deserves a Happier Birthday. This is a really old one, Balloon Adventures. I really liked this one. No one deserves a happier birthday than you. Going to wishing a lovely birthday to you. That will be fine. Okay, so no one deserves a happier birthday than you. This one had all these wonderful balloons. I really liked that one. You can see I've used this one a bunch. They're kind of falling off the... I'm going to kind of moisten that because that is just not even staying on there. Are you going to fit? Yes, it will fit. Excellent. Did I put my ink pad away? No. I've just got so much stuff all over my desk right now. Okay, I think that'll stamp nicely. Pretty good. I'm gonna be happier with that than I might otherwise be. All right, it's stuck on there good when I just now tried to peel it off. That's so funny. Sure fell out of the case easily. Okay, so we're gonna put this on the side here. And I'm just gluing everything down because it's kind of layered anyway. I don't really want too much extra layer with, you know. Now I'm losing, one thing I'm losing because I did put all of that on there is white to go behind my flower, but I'm not going to worry about that. And I'm going to just glue you down. I won't go all the way down because some of that's going to stick off the edge. Okay, right there. Aren't you cute? And hopefully that, oh, I've smudged with my fingers already. My goodness. Do you do that very often? I think I'm a messy person because I do it a lot. I end up putting way more dots on cards than I wanted just because I have, again, smudged something. At least the card has some sparkly on it, so it maybe won't be quite so obvious that I smudged it. All right, what we want is our little band. Now, it's going to be hard to go through my flower. So what we're doing is, if you want, you need to have this mini pocket envelope that has this little die that I'm using today. This little die. This little die is really why I bought the mini pocket envelope, I have to admit. The scalloped edge for our band is from Basic Borders. You get all these different edges. They're definitely worth buying. The Basic Border dies, these are all available still. The little mini pocket envelope does make a cute little mini pocket. We're just not using it. We're using this today. Actually, I've already cut it all out. I cut out 4 of them because you want to have, these are going to need to be kind of strong because I'm going to be pulling a ribbon through it. All right, so let's figure out how I want it. I want my, oh, my ribbon. Let's pull out the ribbon. Ribbon, ribbon, ribbon. Because what kind of ribbon do I want? I want something pretty. Ooh. And you know what? I don't have a lot of Pacific Point ribbon. I think I've basically got just this one. This is an old one. It's very pretty though. You want something fat enough that's going to tie into a nice bow. Let's tie it and see. I do really like it. It's got this stitched edge. I rarely use it because it's taken me a long time to really get into the Pacific Point color. Now we can have our band kind of hanging over here partly. We can have it here, but I want it partly over the flower. Let's do it here. Okay, so this is where it's going to be. And the band, I don't really have to worry about so much yet. Mostly what I'm concerned about is where this is going. So this is, once you've cut it out, there's a little crease there, and you can fold that. I'm going to actually glue these together, though, to give some reinforcement to each other. Okay, so I'm going to glue one there. Okay, so we're going to glue you together. I want these to be fairly strong. And you together. And let me clean my fingers again. All right. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Now I'm going to fold this right there. I'm going to leave it open, and we're going to just glue one side of it down. And I'm going to get my band out again so I can see exactly where I want it. We want it to be like right here. Okay. Right. Get my, you want the band to be fastened in the middle, but there's enough wiggle room that it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, I'm gonna grab, I should have grabbed it before let me grab my pencil and mark where you are going. And then I can put my glue on you. And clamp you down. All right, there's that one. Now this one, we're gonna trim, because we're gonna have these attached like this. This is gonna go, let's do this. This is going to go like this. We really only need it to be glued. I forget. How does this attach again? It's going to go through, the ribbon's going to go through this. Yeah, okay. And then this is going to tie together. Now this is not exactly, this actually, it should go, you know, if you were going to do looks, you could do it like this and this and this and this, but I want this to actually open. So we're going to do it like this. This is a little different than, there's a lot of ways you can use these. So if you're thinking, I don't like the way that looks, well, don't worry about it. You can always do it however you want. There are other ways you could do it. Okay, but I'm going to do mine like this. So I want you to be in the middle. I'm going to go ahead and mark it. And then we'll glue it on there. And this is going to be a nice little reinforcement for where my ribbon is going. It's basically what this is all about. You can buy little metal clasps like this too, but I mean, why would you do that when you can just make your own? Okay, so while that is all happening, let's figure out where I want my ribbon. So we're going to fold this around like this. Okay, and then this is going to glue in there, but I do want a straight fold. Like that. Okay, and then this is going to glue on there like this. Make sure it's going where I want it to. I'm going to take you off. I'm going to do it a little bit like that. No, like, I need it to be just a little bit shorter than that. Get my ribbon out of there. No, not quite as long, as short as that. Here, let me go like this again and see right where I need that fold. There we go. Okay, now I got it. That's where you want that, and then that's gonna fold like that. And now you can take your little hole punch. Now you want a little, this is like a, this is not a giant one. This is like a 1/8 of an inch hole punch. And we're gonna punch the hole here. And we're gonna punch the hole here. And we're gonna fix our ribbon up. Oh, let's put this on the back of this card first. Okay. Get this ugly back all covered up. There we go. Okay, look at you. That can be covered with something if you don't like to see that. And again, we've got all kinds of cute flowers. So if you want to put, you know, any more of your little flowers and things in here, you can do it. I wanted a large writing surface, but if I wanted to add any flowers, you could easily do that. You could take one of the little stamped flowers and, you know, add it here so that you can kind of cover up your little hole. You know, whatever you want to do. I'm not going to worry about that right now. We're going to do that, and let's get our ribbon in, and we are done. I did have another card to show you, but I'm not going to have time. It's already 2:30. I don't think. I have it pretty much all prepped. Maybe I'll just do it. Put this here. I cut way more ribbon than I needed to, but that's okay. I'd rather have cut more ribbon than not enough. It's so hard to get this started in these tiny little holes. Okay. Oops, let me lengthen it a bit there. Like that and like that. That's going like that. Now, I did want it to be a little bit closer than that. Why is it? Okay. Every time I do this, I do it a bit differently. All right. It's always interesting. Very cute. I do really like this. If I got this in the mail, I'd be thrilled. When I go to send cards out, Andy, I should send one to you because you would appreciate these. I often think, is the person getting this going to really appreciate all the work that went into this cute little card? Isn't that cute? Oh, I like this one. And then there's lots of space inside to write and all of that. Okay, let's do the other one really quick because that is just too cute. And I've got this one all ready to go. We won't do all of the stamping. So what I did is I did petal pink for the base. This is a big base. This is 4 3/4 by 6. And then I took our some white cardstock and embossed it with our painted posies, with part of it sticking up over the top so I could get the whole piece in there embossed. And then I'm going to just trim this, you know, like right here, and glue this on. So if my card is 4 3/4, I actually want this to be about 4 1/2. That seems too, oh no, it's 6. So 5 3/4, but I'm going to do it 5 7/8 for starters and see how that looks. And that's not quite enough, so I should have gone whole schmo. Let's do it on this side, 5 3/4. You have to be careful after you've embossed when you're trimming your cardstock, because you'll really smash it to bits, and it'll have all kinds of trouble when you're embossing over, cutting the sides of heavily embossed. This is 3D embossing, so it's really deep. So you have to be a bit careful. Just go real gentle, go over it a couple of times with that cutting blade, and you won't have any trouble. But isn't that nice? See how deep that embossing is? It's gorgeous. That's that petals one. If you haven't got that one, you're going to definitely want it. This is a piece of petal pink that's just with our stylish dies. And let's put my little bent part over here in the corner. Let's do some dimensionals on that one. Kind of like to put dimensionals on the colored spots. Okay, we're going to just stick that right there. And then we're going to just put a little glued square. This is Flirty Flamingo. Just do you like right there. This is one of our little petal, meadow dies. That's what it is, meadow dies. I need to cut the stem off. That's going to be too long there. So let's position it where I want it. And then we're going to just trim that die piece. We want to just glue it where it's going to be on that label. Did I get glue on that? I did. So we're going to try to get it off a tiny bit there. Oh, don't stick to my hand, stick to the circle. Let's clean my hand off. There we go. Okay, now this one, we're going to stick this here after putting on my flower. I might do it like this. And then I've colored, oh, where did I put you? I colored the flower for this, and now I don't see it, but it's here somewhere. I did too. So, oh, yeah, right here. Okay. So I fussy cut this one out. No, did I fussy cut it out? I think this one has a die. Let's check and see. I think it does. No, it doesn't. So that's the interesting thing about Meadow dies. The Meadow dies they're separate little flower dies, but none of them cut out the images that are on Quiet Meadow. It didn't cut this out, so I could add that if I wanted to. I'm going to add that and this. I'm just not sure where. I was going to put this here, but I kind of like this. This is pretty. Right there. Okay, we'll go ahead and glue it on. Especially when you're dealing with such little skinny bits, it's a lot easier if you just glue it on. And then we can put our label on here. Let's do it like that. We can do some cute little ribbon on there, I bet. Let's see what ribbon I've got. Oh, flirty flamingo-ish type ribbon or polished pink would work. Twine would work too. I'm not sure. That's not the right color. We're gonna need something more like peachy. I'm not sure if I really have good color for this. Let's try this one. Here's one that I think is on the clearance rack right now. Let me look at it. I think I saw some flirty flamingo. This flirty flamingo I think is on the clearance rack right now. Isn't that pretty? Let's tie this on here. It's really pretty. I like it. I think this is the first time I've used this ribbon. That is so sad. It's already on the clearance rack and it's the first time I'm actually using it. It's soft and golden, but yet still flirty flamingo-ish. It's pretty. Why have I not used this before? Do not know. Probably because I've been doing so many Christmas things. It seems like I'm finally Christmas and Valentine's Day. It's like, seriously, can I stop using red for a while? Okay, like, I should have put this square down here. I'm not really liking this with this ribbon particularly. How about ribbon? You're not really working for me. Let's try you again. Aha, better. It's much better. Oh, that's so much better. Okay, there we go. Thank you. Oops, now you stuck to my hand. Oh yeah, that's gonna work out much, much better. Okay, we do need to stamp this still though. This time we can just grab anything. Anything is gonna fit right here. Where is our Quiet Meadow? There you are. Thinking of you. Perfect, perfect. Or you're too kind. That would be nice as well. Oh, good. Andy, I'm so glad you like this. I'm glad you like this one. This is a good one. That embossing folder just is so beautiful. And I'm a real sucker for petal pink. Okay, thinking of you. This is good. I shouldn't have put my ribbon on first, but oh well. Boy, our wind is just blowing like crazy out there. I can hear it. Normally it's not blowing. This is a Tri-City wind we've got today. It is it's not quite, I shouldn't say that. I haven't been in the Tri-Cities for a while. I forget how strong it is. It's not quite a Tri-City wind, but it almost is. It's pretty strong. All right, that, and then our dimensionals on the back. Yeah, this is a cute one, and it's a fast one for people who are into quick cards. This one's very quick. I just used petal pink and a little tiny bit of flirty flamingo around the, you know, centers of the flowers, and then that's mint macaron, I believe, on the. Oh, Bo, you're coming apart on me. Okay, we'll go like this, and we'll try that bow again. Now, how did I do it and it went right? I don't know, maybe I'll do it backwards. Let's see if that'll do it. Do a backwards bow. No, I can see right now backwards one's not going to work. Isn't that weird? You would think a backwards bow would work just as well as any bow. I'll go in front instead of behind this time. Let's try that. Still not really cooperating, but you can, if your bow won't hang in there right, you can put a dimensional under there, a little mini one, and then it will at least keep one side of it where you want it. Or glue dot. Glue dot will work too. I think I've got like a little mini dimensional right here. We're going to stick you right there and stick you right there. Now you have to stay. You have no choice. Voila. And here's what we need. This is what I did not get earlier. These are in color, my opal in colors. And so again, if you do an $80 order or more, I will send you a pack of these little opal rounds, they're called. Aren't they cute? Put one there, and one there, and one there. They're so cute. Okay, I am not going to do the base card because that is going to take too long for me to do. And we are running out of, super duper running out of my time. So these are the cards we did today. Head on over to, oh, remember, don't forget this cute little tag. Wouldn't that be cute? Add it on there. Oh, I'm thinking I'm going to do that little love on this and tie it on there with my gold. I'm doing that. Oh, the little butterflies. I forgot the little butterflies too. Let's stick one on here. It's so cute. What I did with this, it's white cardstock. I just cut out with all of those flowers. And then it's just pale papaya. Colored all the pale papaya, did with light, and then did dark quite a bit in the center to get it to be what I wanted it there. And you can take its little, like all of our butterflies, you just lift up its little wings, and there you go. So cute. All right, thank you so much for watching. You have wind today also. Oh my goodness, that is. When do you guys not have wind? But I am sympathetic with you. It is very windy, so I am not going to the park. Today is one of the nicest days we've had. We had a really nice day when we went to church yesterday. But we went to church, you know, and I didn't do anything, and I didn't ride my bike because even on the path, it's a walking path around a park with hardly any trees, and it's not that nice. There were people on it, so I knew that my bike path that I take to the garden would be packed with people on a Sunday, on one of the first really nice days. Saturday was nice too, but this whole week's going to be pretty good. It'll rain tomorrow, but the rest of the week it should be nice, and I'm going to be spending a lot of time on the bike. But today, I thought, no, the wind, I'm not going to go out on my bike in this wind. It's pretty windy, so windy that I'm not even going to really want to go down to the park at all, I don't think, today. So I will just have to make myself wait and it will give me the time I need to put this project on my website, and then you guys will be all set, because this is a cute one. You'll want to do it. You know, even if you don't have the mini pocket dies with a little round thing, there are other things you can use, but it's really nice to make a little, when you're going to do a tie like that, it's really nice to have something for it to really fasten to. I just really like that. And I don't always take the time to do it, but that's something I do like to do. Thank you so much for watching. I will be back next week. Is next week right before Valentine's Day? If so, I'm going to have to find something. I've got some cute box projects to do, and I've been kind of saving those. So maybe next week I'll do something like that. Thank you so much for watching. It was good to see you, Andy. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will talk to you next week. Bye.